सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल और बेल आइकन दबाकर पाएं सभी नोटिफिकेशन।
नमस्कार, मैं हूं उत्कर्ष अवस्थी। ऋषिकेश में इन दिनों अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग महोत्सव का आयोजन हो रहा है। 7 दिवस के इस आयोजन में देश दुनिया से तमाम योगाचार्य, तमाम साधक आए हुए हैं। हमारे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद हैं मूजी बाबा। मूजी बाबा आज के समय में किसी भी पहचान के मोहताज नहीं हैं। दुनिया भर में तमाम इनके शिष्य हैं। तमाम ऐसे साधक हैं जो बाबा जी को सुनते हैं और बाबा जी से प्रेरणा लेते हैं। मूजी बाबा, वेलकम टू MH1 श्रद्धा चैनल।
Thank you so much.
First of all, share your experience of yoga festival.
I've been coming here for some years now, but this year, what I've noticed and I can say is that the preparations, particularly for the main hall, that's a new building that's been put up, and I've found it to be very aesthetically much more warm and conducive to satsangs or any sort of performance and so on. That I've noticed. And also that really much more attention is paid to the aesthetic arrangements and so on. So I love the placement of the main hall. I've not looked at all the different places, but it feels good to be here. I think people who came had a good view also of Ganga. Not too much to be distracted from the courses, but they felt quite comfortable there. And myself, I was quite comfortable with the stage setting and all of that. So I feel it's really improving each year in the way that the organizers have come together to improve just the setting and the feeling of the whole festival.
Because it is said that origin of yoga is from India. So you think that yoga is changing the world, or something like where India stands?
Well, I feel for even people who have never been to India, the association of yoga and spiritual knowledge is very, very strongly tied to India as a birthplace for some of the most enduring spiritual practices in the world. I can stand up for that, of course. I am from Jamaica myself, but I'm very much in the lineage of Advaita Yoga, Advaita Vedanta, from what you may call Gyan Yoga. Many people don't realize in the West that they just think that yoga is only about asanas. They're aware of the Ashtanga Yoga, of Iyengar Yoga and so on. But yoga is a more comprehensive term for like Gyan Yoga, yoga of wisdom, Bhakti Yoga, yoga of devotion, and like that, Karma Yoga of action and like this. So it's quite broad. And I feel that however diverse the spiritual expressions are, they are somehow incorporated in that broader term of yoga. But I feel that, and it will continue, because so much spirituality in the West is highly influenced by Indian philosophers, spiritual philosophy and so on. No? So you say, what is the standing of India in terms of yoga and spirituality? Very, very strong, And also that Hindu spirituality is so broad and so the most accommodating, most flexible. So many different influences have come here to make an impact on Hinduism, and it's like it's so broad that it's as though it just absorbs these other impressions and add it to the wealth and the strength of Hindu spirituality. So it's very, very profound.
As you said, I heard your session, like yoga is not about only asanas. It helps in mental health as well. Nowadays you see younger people, especially young generation, they are quite distracted. So how it helps?
Well, it gives another outlet for this urge to discover. If our discovery is primarily for material things or for just mental learning, I feel we are missing out a lot. Yoga here, in the term that I like, Jnana Yoga, very much is at the heart of life in the most profound way, because it is self-discovery, and we must not forget, however diverse our field of discovering, if it is all external, I don't feel that that is such a great measurement of the human spirit. People must be discovering their true nature. For me, that is the wealth and the highest potential within the human kingdom, is discovering the nature of who we are fundamentally. I could not put it below any other form of discipline or study or spiritual practices like that. So that's saying something very strong, you know. And you mentioned young people. These days, I can testify for myself that people are sometimes surprised at the numbers of young people coming to satsang, because sometimes people can feel that it's only when you grow up, you've exhausted all your desires, then spirituality is what you have left. And we are seeing that young people are really drawn to self-discovery. I mean, this is not some kind of hope. It is an evidence of that growing. And I feel that that is a very, very powerful sign for this age. We say it's Kali Yuga, difficult time, but a lot of young energy is coming, as well as older people are coming to satsang. So I give a lot of attention to that, and I'm seeing that the young people are not behind. It's not that they are immature, you see. They have a scope, perhaps because their minds are not yet, shaped too strongly in worldly thinking. So it's very open and vibrant and very powerful. It's very beautiful, I can tell you.
Last request, give one message to all the fans and all the viewers and all your bhakts right from Rishikesh.
Okay, first of all, Rishikesh I discovered many years ago. It's one of the first places I discovered in India, way back in 1993. And it's still a place that is pulsating with spiritual energy, and many people come here for thousands of years. People have been meeting here for satsang and for this thing. A message I could leave is that the greatest discovery, in my opinion, possible within the human kingdom is self-discovery. It doesn't matter what age, what religious beliefs you have and so on. That is a living force and a great joy to impart to people that possibility is alive, and there's no one who is exempt from it. There's nobody who is left out of it. You are not by choice, you are choicelessly. That truth is in you as your fundamental reality, and it is possible to awaken to that. And I want to say that it is not so strenuous practices. Now there are simple ways to guide people into the realization of their spiritual nature. So that, I would say, encourage. Knowing more about yourself makes you much more in a beautiful harmony and alignment, not just with your family and friends, but with your community. It's such an empowerment in the most beautiful, safe way, holistic way. So I can say I highly recommend, and I'm very happy that in this country we have the space to explore and to be supported by, actually, this country in our aim to not only to provide a platform for those who have been on a spiritual journey for a long time, but to see more and more people coming through the medium of YouTubes and the internet and so on, who are finding out about this and attending classes and with magnificent results, So in this level, I can commend modern technology, one area where it's working as well for good and positive outcome,
Thank you. तो ये थे हमारे साथ मूजी बाबा, जो खुद जमैका से मूलतः हैं, आज के दौर में पुर्तगाल में रहते हैं, मगर इनकी जो बातें हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं ये बताती हैं कि योगा पूरी दुनिया को आज के दौर में एक करता है। ना सिर्फ तन की शुद्धि बल्कि मन की शुद्धि को भी योगा करने का काम करता है, और ऋषिकेश में इस योग फेस्टिवल के माध्यम से यही किया जा रहा है।